Hello and welcome. One thing that makes me extremely happy is that anyone who went through our test papers and the revision videos here on Study with Sudhir would have done extremely well, exceedingly well in the English literature paper. Itna confidence mujhe hai because the amount of thorough work that I did, even writing about the minor characters from Macbeth के बारे में एक क्वेश्चन आया है, right? लेडी मैकडफ वाले एक्ट 4 सीन 2 से एक क्वेश्चन आया है. So I'm extremely happy that all the things that I've focused on have actually come. In fact, Macbeth is completely from the material that I had prepared. Here on the revision video, जो भी मैंने स्ट्रेस करके बताया कि इस पर फोकस करो, उस सभी में से क्वेश्चंस आए हैं. So that has been a great feeling. Okay, so let's get started. मैं basically MCQ से बताऊंगा because obviously not possible to tell the entire thing. Let's go. This is a paper which has been spent by a student. So he's already marked and all of them are in fact correct. How does Ross describe Macduff to Lady Macduff in Act 4, Scene 2 of the play? Noble, wise and judicious. This is a clear recall question. These are the exact words. Agar text pada hota, to absolutely no issues. In his soliloquy in Act 3, Scene 1, where after the servant leaves, when he's talking alone, he talks about two things. That the royalty, the word that he mentions, and the fact that his descendants have been, the prophecy by the witches says that his descendants will become king. So that's what he's worried about. Q and R. So option B, Q and R will be the one. Okay. Not's hand all is spent where a desire is got without content. What does this quote by Lady Macbeth reveal? She realizes the futility of power because she talks about the fact that, the killing, does not really give peace of mind and stuff like that. So that was in Act 3, Scene 2. In Act 5, Scene 5 of the play Macbeth, what is Macbeth's first reaction when he's told about the fact that the Birnam wood has begun to move? He calls him a liar and a slave. Here the word liar has been mentioned. So option A is the correct one. Let's now move to the Prism questions. What did Saru Sashi smash Tarapada? This thing? She was overcome with jealousy and anger. This is the right one. In order to confuse you, they have said Sonamani had gifted the flute to Tarapada. Aisa nahi hai. Tarapada was making flute. In fact, I went back and cross-checked because I thought this was an interesting distraction that the examiners have, the paper setter had put. It says very clearly, I just want to point this out. It says that Sonamani called him Dada when she heard that he not only treated mother and daughter, when she heard that he had not only treated mother and daughter to Kirtan tunes on his flute, but had at Sonamani's request made her a bamboo flute. So if the text had not been read very carefully, that would have been leading to confusion. So option D. What does the ever-ticking clock in the short story There Will Come Soft Rains? Time is all powerful and ever present. That seems to be more correct, more appropriate than the other three ones. Humans can win over time? No. Punctuality is important? That's definitely not the idea. Mankind has been destroyed? No, that's not what the ever-ticking clock is conveying. Time is all powerful, that the time goes on seems to be most appropriate, though I am not very happy even with this option. Read the following statement tomorrow. This is pretty easy. Statement 1, okay, immediately baad in the text, statement 2 comes immediately after statement 1, right? So this is what the grandpa says and this is what Martin feels, right? So so option D. Which of the following? Now this is the only googly in the MCQs. Which one of the following best describes Beethoven's father's attitude to him in the poem Beethoven? Now I saw the student who had sent me, he had marked C and D. I was telling him that I'm not very this thing because I personally feel A should be the right one. All the four options are actually very close. But why do I call him overbearing? Because if you see the poem itself, it starts by describing the fact that he used to physically assault him. He used to hit him. Driving Beethoven's to perfection may be his final idea. He wanted him to be successful may also be an option. But I personally feel, and I may well be wrong with this, but this is my opinion, that he was overbearing. Because what do you call a father, a parent, who physically assaults his child, right? would you say that, oh, मैं चाहता हूं कि अच्छा बने, तो this is the right one? He was overbearing. Listen, almost constantly taunting him. Not good enough, not good enough. That is being a very overbearing. So I would go with option A as far as this particular MCQ is concerned. And it says best describes. In the poem, now this is a straight recall question, a torrent of grief. The last one, again, very easy, the natural cycle of life and death. I am presuming this would be pretty straightforward. I was amazed to see the long format. Lady Macbeth question, discussed in detail, right? And what will happen, her accusations against Macbeth and aspects of her nature. Lady Macbeth, sleepwalking scene, even in the revision video, I dealt with it in great detail. I hope all of you have done this one very well. Malcolm has the kingly qualities. Again, talked about it in Act 4, Scene 3, when he is having this conversation with Macduff, and the entire contrast. Again, this is an answer I've written, so this should have been easy. And the minor characters also, and I also remember saying that this can be a googly question, talking about the minor characters in scenes like Act 5, Scene 2, because they talk about the military action, the role, the mood within Scotland, right? So all that would have been discussed here if you had chosen this one instead of this. Anyway, this is again the obstacles faced, pretty easy. Okay, then you have, I find most of the things covered. So revision videos on SWS are your mantra to success. That's all I would say, very humbly, very happy. And I hope all of you have done exceedingly well and you get all the marks that you wished and desired for. See you later. All the best for your future exams. Do well, be good, always do the right thing in your papers and in life in general. That's very important. Always be honest and do the right thing. Very important. Tata, bye-bye.